how much should you actually pay for a quartz watch? Because they start from 500 to 1000 rupees but go all the way to Grand Seiko level. And to determine that, we'll have to go through a few factors right here. First would be maintenance. Unlike automatic movements, quartz movements does not have a plethora of screws, gears, and other springs. Makes it easier to manufacture and easier to construct. They also have fewer moving parts, which is the reason why most quartz movements are quite shock resistant. And when it comes to magnetism, the power source of a quartz movement comes from the quartz crystal, which is almost immune to magnets. So nothing to worry about that. That's why it makes quartz an ideal choice for military, field, and digital watches. When it comes to price, replacing a quartz battery will cost you around 200 to 500 rupees in India, especially for Indian and Japanese brands. If we take a Swiss brand, let's say for example Tissot, a Swiss brand, um, consider additional 500 for a battery replacement, and I think that's it. You will need to change the battery after 2 or 3 years. If you have a chronograph function which is always running, that consumes the battery a lot more. Now let's talk about another factor which is important, and that's budget. I've said this before and I'm saying this again. If you are a college going student with a budget of 10K or 15K or even under 10K, 15K, quartz is probably the only option you have, because very few brands offer automatic movements, and those that do provide automatic movements, they have limited options, they feel lazy in design, and or they are very limited in their inventory. With Casio, Titan, Timex, you get good, accurate, durable watches which have undergone quality control processes. And apart from that, you also get the chance to try them out before purchasing. You cannot do that with micro brands. It's only with these brands that you can walk into a boutique, choose a watch that you like, and try it on before purchasing. Things get interesting when people ask me if buying a 50,000, 60,000 rupees quartz watch is worth it. Um, Now let's take an example. Imagine you have a budget of 15,000. You walk into a boutique and a very dressy quartz watch catches your eye. It costs 3,000 rupees, which is I think 20% of your of your initial budget. It is very likely that you end up purchasing it on impulse. It is also likely that you buy even more watches with the same price but with different designs. And that is exactly how it works with people with deep pockets as well. Normal people with deep pockets do not care about the movement. If they did, they would not buy fashion brands for more than 20K. Their priorities are design, they prioritize how it looks on their wrist, they prioritize how this accessory will blend in with their overall wardrobe, with what they usually wear. That is a priority. A non-watch enthusiast who's only interested in design, who has a deep pocket, let's say a budget of 2 lakh rupees, means that their impulse purchase might cost 50K, which is 20% of their initial budget of 2 lakhs. So a quartz watch is only worth it relative to your ability to pay. The more it stretches your budget, the more value matters. If it's an impulse purchase, then value comes secondary. If you are a watch enthusiast and you have 30, 40,000 as your budget to purchase a watch, you will probably go for an automatic. But if it's another rational person, a non-watch enthusiast with the same budget, he might purchase 2 or 3 quartz watches for 10,000 or 5,000 rupees. Because for them, the priority is design, for them, the priority is how it sits well on their wrist, how it blends with the overall outfits or wardrobe that they have. Other than that, quartz is an excellent choice for most people. It's the least gimmicky and a no brainer out of all the options out there.